Did you know that in Iron Man 3, after Marvel Studios and Disney saw the Avengers in 2012 become a huge hit, the budget of this movie was increased to $200 million, so that Shane Black could make the best movie he could. The Avengers was the first Marvel movie to gross over $1 billion, and this is the first Iron Man movie to do so. Originally, the movie was 3 hours and 15 minutes long. However, it was edited to 2 hours and 10 minutes. Did you know that in Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, in the final cut, a good portion of trailer scenes were omitted? As part of these scenes, Burgundy takes a bullet for Veronica, and later, he and Veronica emerge from a television van to a cheering crowd, with Burgundy visible with a bandaged wound. Also missing is the line where Garth asks Ron about his divorce while at a party. Other cuts show Ron falling into a filing cabinet, Veronica and Ron tackling each other on the conference room table, Ron dropping to the floor and shouting, Ed Harkin asking what a lead is, Ron sitting by the poolside, and Ed Harkin trying to hitchhike with a long beard and guitar on his back, and others. Did you know that in Red Notice, in this movie, there are 3 Cleopatra's Eggs, which don't actually exist in real life? But the story and plot element of the fictional tale of Cleopatra's Eggs devised by director Ross and Marshall Thurber were so convincing that even some members of the cast and crew thought it was actually a real story. Interesting enough, the eggs are not Egyptian in design. Instead, they appear to be Hollywoodized variations of the famous imperial eggs, or Fabergé eggs, which were produced between 1885 and 1916 for the Russian czars. Did you know that in Zack Snyder's Justice League, Steppenwolf and his parademons engage the Justice League twice in brawls at abandoned and isolated locations such as abandoned underground facilities or ghost towns? Fans have complained that Zack Snyder simply doesn't care about civilian casualties during the final battle sequences in his previous movies. In response, Snyder set the 2 fights between the League and Steppenwolf in deserted places so there wouldn't be any civilian casualties. In a curious twist, the fictional ghost town in the film is based on the city of Pripyat, Ukraine, which neighbors the Chernobyl nuclear power plant that blew up in 1986, releasing nuclear radiation. It's been totally abandoned since 1986. Did you know that in Red Notice? The movie's title, Red Notice, refers to a real-world notification that Interpol sends out for its most wanted criminals. As defined by Interpol on their website, a request to law enforcement worldwide to locate and provisionally arrest a person pending extradition, surrender, or similar legal action. It contains 2 main types of information: information to identify the wanted person, such as their name, date of birth, nationality, hair and eye color, photographs and fingerprints if available, and information related to the crime they're wanted for, which can typically be murder, rape, child abuse, or armed robbery. Red notices are published by Interpol at the request of a member country, and must comply with Interpol's constitution and rules. A red notice is not an international arrest warrant.